One of Donald Trump's most clever and effective political tactics has been for a decade now to reshuffle left and right. Often the emphasis is rhetorical as opposed to policy, but it is nonetheless significant. For example, 20 years ago, ideas like free trade no matter what were considered conservative. Ideas like let's really focus on building a multinational, multiracial working party were considered progressive. Trump has spoken about that. The Republicans, of course, failed and not really tried from a policy perspective, but they've embraced that rhetoric. Ideas like let's try to make our food safer and give the big food industry and the big drug industry less influence on our politics. Robert F. Kennedy has talked about that. He hasn't done anything. In fact, he's been a very, very dangerous Health and Human Services Secretary, but the rhetorical emphasis has been there. One of the results of this is that the Democratic Party has been saddled with a handful of unpopular positions as part of our opposition to anything that kind of smells of Trumpism. So, for example, the Democratic Party is now the party that is committed to defending an establishment that is broadly understood as failed. But it's important to understand this. Trump has in no way ever governed as a progressive, but he has talked about it. And for Trump and in the MAGA world and in the media that now is used to covering Trump, that talk is enough because they judge Trump so much on the talk. So if he says, I'm thinking about raising taxes on the wealthy, which he said the other day, he's never going to do that. But for 2 weeks, voters are going to hear that he wants to do that.